In this chapter, we can see the Israelites impoverished. And the reason presented here in the Bible is because you have not obeyed my voice. So we can see a very clear link here between financial crisis, financial economic problems, and not following God's law. I am not meaning that every time we face financial crisis is because we are not following God's law. That's not true. But every time we face financial crisis, we should ask ourselves, I am following God's guidance. There is something wrong in my life that I should correct. And that's what exactly happened. God asked someone called Gideon to do something that should be done before he could bless the Israelites. And then he calls Gideon, he gives him a mission, and he was a very humble man. He recognized that he was the least and he was not capable to do what God was demanding from him. And then he asked God a sign. God gives him a sign. And then God says a very important thing to him. He says, go and tear down Baal's altar, which is in your father's house, and then build an altar to the Lord your God. So very interesting. In his own father's house, there was an altar for Baal. And before God can use you, can use me to deliver our people or to deliver ourselves from Satan's trap, we must obey God in the very work of reformation he's asking us to do. And so Gideon was very much afraid of doing that work by day, so he decided to do it by night. And the Bible said that he gathered the men of the city, or he was fearing the men of the city, and he did what God was asking him to do, but the men were enraged against him because of that. Then his father protected him, and you know the story. But what I would like to call our attention today is what kind of things God is asking us to eradicate from our home, for our own family, before he can bless us. Maybe a kind of entertainment, a kind of food that is foreign to his guidance, maybe a practice. I don't know what God is telling you. I must pray and ask God to tell me. But maybe there are some things we must eradicate from our homes before the Lord may use us and before we may offer the right offer. Because after that, Gideon built God's altar according to his guidance. And then he offered an offering on this altar before being blessed in the battle that we will see on the next chapter. For now, may the Lord be with you today and follow God's guidance in your life and your family life. And this is a requirement before we can be blessed by God. We must walk according to his ways. And he cannot bless us if we are not follow his ways. May the Lord be with you, be with your family as you reconsecrate your life to him today. See you tomorrow.